A case of mistaken identity that cost a man 17 years of his life for a crime he never committed. On May 31st, 1999, at this Walmart parking lot in Roland Park, Kansas, a woman became the victim of an aggravated robbery when a man tried to steal her purse before hopping in a getaway vehicle and riding off. The police would track down the driver of that getaway vehicle, and he would tell them that his accomplice for that robbery that day was some dude he had just met and picked up, some dude named Ricky. So police took the eyewitness statements from the parking lot, and then they showed this driver photos of men who had a similar appearance and a similar name, and then this driver pointed out and selected Richard Anthony Jones. After that, those witnesses would look at a lineup of 6 suspects and they would also pick him out. Richard Anthony Jones was 25 years old at the time, with 2 very young daughters, and he would be prosecuted and found guilty for that robbery, receiving a 19-year prison sentence at Lansing Correctional Facility. He maintained his innocence and kept trying to appeal his case, but kept losing, until many years later, his fellow inmates started getting him mixed up with some other guy named Ricky Amos, a new inmate that had arrived. So Richard reaches out to his contacts at the Midwest Innocence Project and asks them to look into this. And what the Innocence Project discovers is that Ricky used to live at the address that the getaway driver had gone to pick up his new accomplice on the day of the robbery. They were able to organize a new hearing where both men were brought in, along with all the witnesses from 1999. And seeing both men in person side by side, none of those witnesses could be certain anymore on who was or wasn't the suspect. So the judge threw out Richard's conviction, and on June 8th, 2017, he was finally released from prison. By the time he was freed, his daughters were 23 and 18 years old, one of whom had a daughter of her own now.
You know what I mean? Like, this is my granddaughter. This is my first time even holding her and seeing her in person.
He filed a $1.1 million lawsuit against the state of Kansas, which was settled and paid out. And according to the Midwest Innocence Project, incorrect identification by eyewitnesses, that's responsible for more than 75% of wrongful convictions in the United States.